We can do a drive summary, but I don't know if it's ever going to really help things. Another fucking double-digit opening drive that the defense cannot get off the field. They had a 4th-and-1 conversion. They converted on 1st and 15. We had a 10-yard penalty that helped their efforts. Giants, Jones passes short left to Ingram to the New York 48 for 2 yards. We had a penalty on Caden Smith for offensive pass interference that knocked us back 10 yards. No play. Philly had a 3-and-out. Peppers had the great sack, and then he had the great return that put us in excellent field condition. So it's like, even though, our first offensive drive didn't turn out like we had hoped, we did get a good punt from Riley Dixon. Of course, it didn't help that he failed to realize that, I don't know if it was this punt or another punt, but Corey Ballantyne, who was the gunner on the left side, top side, just no one on him at all. And Riley Dixon not noticing it, and Corey Ballantyne not just looking in front of you and seeing no one and not calling for Riley Dixon to throw him the ball, which it would have been, if not a touchdown, a huge gain that would have put us in scoring position. It's just little things, little things here and there. But after the Peppers return, we're in Philly territory, at least in field goal range, and Jones throws a touchdown pass to Golden Tate. Beautiful, beautiful pass, beautiful catch by Tate. It was amazing coverage by the Eagles, and somehow tight window, Jones an absolute dime, and Tate with a great catch. Tate didn't really do much after that, but thanks for coming. Got some points on the board. And then Philly goes on a 13-play, 83-yard drive that featured a 12-yard pass from Wentz to Corey Clement. On a 1st and 20 at the 50, they got 12 yards. And then there was a 2nd and 26 at the Giants 46, and they got a 16-yard pass from Wentz to Richard Rodgers for 16 yards. So that's the end of the first quarter. The second quarter begins with Wentz throwing to Greg Ward to the Giants 16 for 14 yards on 3rd and 10. That's another situation where we could have got off the field. No dice. And then fortunately for us, Wentz throws just a baffling pass into the end zone when we had pretty decent coverage, and it's intercepted by was that the play? Yeah, that might have been it. Yeah, we got James Bradbury with the interception in the end zone, so we get the ball back. We're on a drive, and then it's a 3rd and 7 from the Philly 47. It's an opportunity to either get closer to the first down marker so we can go for it on 4th down, or at least get within field goal range. We're in Philly territory, and instead Jones throws a heater, absolute fastball, 2-seamer to Evan Ingram, who gets a hand on it but can't pull it in. And then while our receivers can't catch the ball, we've now had multiple defensive backs dive and make unbelievable interceptions. So maybe we should think about signing them to the squad as receivers. Philly then goes on a 10-play drive. There's a theme here. 11-play drive, 13-play drive, 14-yard drive, 10-play drive. And this is the one that ends with the Wentz throwing interception to Bradbury in the end zone. 1st and 10 at the Giants 20. Jones has a pass to Shepard for 29 yards. And then the drive stalls. Drive stalls, and we have to punt. 3-and-out from Philly, another pretty good punt from Philly. And this is where, towards the end of the half, there's under a minute to play. It's trying to look at what down and distance it was. I don't fucking know, dude. All I know is it's a handoff to Dion Lewis on the right guard at the New York Giants 38. He runs for 33 yards and fumbles. So we gift wrap points to the Eagles, and they drive to within just outside the 10, and Elliott misses the 29-yard field goal wide left. So we're up 10-7 at the half. Excuse me, we're down 10-7 at the half. We're up 10-7 or down 10-7? I don't know. It was so fucking long ago, dude. It was almost a week ago. Don't blame me. Don't blame me, dude. I think it's 10-7 Philly. So second half starts. Oh, so the Giants are now 4-34 when trailing at halftime since 2017, the most such losses in that span. Second half begins. There were 4 consecutive 3-and-outs. And then we had the Daniel Jones run, the 80-yard run. Shotgun formation. He fakes the handoff, goes off the right end, and it's nothing but daylight, nothing but green, nothing but end zone, just beckoning for Daniel Jones to enter it. And I remember watching him, and I was like, whoa, he's moving pretty fast. Maybe he's moving a little too fast. Like maybe he's running too fast. Like he can't handle how fast he's running. And sure enough, his body could not handle how fast he was running because he trips towards the 20 or 15-yard line and ends up falling and getting tackled at the Philadelphia 8. The 80-yard run in the third quarter was the longest by a Giants player since Ahmed Bradshaw in Week 16 of 2007, which went for 88 yards. I believe that was the Buffalo game in the snow. Daniel Jones reached a speed of 21.23 miles per hour on that run in the third quarter. It was the fastest speed reached by a quarterback as a ball carrier since 2018 when I believe it was Lamar Jackson. Pat Mahomes made a joke on Twitter. He's like, I don't think I would be able to run that far for that fast for that far either. So, I think that 21.23 miles per hour is the 15th fastest time as a ball carrier as logged this year. For comparison, Tyreek Hill's fastest time this year is 21.29. Dude can move. And, people didn't really pick up on that when we drafted him, that he's an athlete who's fast as hell. He just does not have he's still kind of a dork. he's still kind of awkward and still not as smooth as I think a lot of people would like him to be. But I was when that happened, when he went down, it was just like that. In the joke on Twitter was like the 2020 in a nutshell, and it's like, yeah, this is also the 2020 Giants. This is just the Giants in general for the past I don't know how many years. Like something good has happened, it's a break for us. We're getting on the right side of things, and it's just immediately ruined. Can't enjoy it. Luckily for us, we scored the touchdown. We got Wayne Gallman up the middle for a 1-yard touchdown. We did lose about 2 minutes and 3 seconds, which at the time didn't really come to become a factor. But as you'll see, if Jones had run that in for the touchdown and we saved the 2 minutes and 3 seconds, do we have an additional 2 minutes to play with towards the end of the game where we can possibly kick a field goal or maybe make a stop and kick a field goal? You be the judge. So there's 2 3-and-outs after the Giants touchdown. Philly ends up with a 40-yard pass to Fulgham, pushed out of bounds at the New York Giants 9 for 40 yards, but they get a turnover and down, so it's a huge stop from the Giants D. This recap is just off the rails. Just off the rails. I don't know. I think we stop them on 4th and goal at the 3, right? And then we went on a 15-play, 75-yard drive, aided by a 22-yard penalty DPI against on Golden Tate. So it was 3rd and 3 at the Giants 34. Jones goes to the right to Tate, pass interference, 22 yards. We have a 3rd and 9 at the Philly 12. Just a beautiful route concept from Garrett, beautifully executed by Sterling Shepard, where the Eagles corners switch off, thinking that they're going to cross. It's just a simple crossing pattern, but then Shepard works his way back into the middle when the safety or the corner thought he was doing a out. Jones hits him in stride. And so now we're up 21-10. It was third and goal. The 3rd and 9 at Philly 12 was was the whip route, which Shepard runs well, which also runs that well. Shepard catches it and then immediately goes upfield, which I love to see, but he was definitely short of the first down line. And Peterson took too long to throw the challenge flag, so that worked out in our favor. We get the first down, 1st and goal. And then 3rd and goal to 2, Shep runs the beautiful route for the touchdown. So it's 21-10. 6 minutes, less than 6 minutes left to play. This should be a win. We've been, in the second half, we've been pretty much shutting down Philly's offense. They haven't done a whole lot. They didn't, in the first half, they had the ball for fucking 20 minutes, 20 plus minutes. And we just could not get off the field. Second half, we had a bunch of 3 and outs. And it looked like we were finally got Wentz under wraps. And then this happens. 59-yard pass to Hightower. Ryan Lewis, what are you doing? You're up 11 and you let a guy get behind you. Come on. 1st and goal at the Giants 3. Pass to Greg Ward for a touchdown, 3 yards. Penalty on Harper. Unnecessary roughness. So they get the ball at the 1 for the 2-point conversion. And somehow they call a fade to a tight end I've never heard of. So that fails. So it's 21-16. Even then, 21-16 with a little over 2 to play. I was like, nope, this is not looking good. I have a feeling that this is going to end poorly, and it did. And yeah, we're at the 47. We get to our own 47. 3rd and 7. A little over 2 minutes left in the game. And Jones throws pretty much a perfect pass on a vertical route, fade type route to Evan Engram, 1-on-1, man-on-man, with the safeties nowhere to be found on the other side of the field. If Engram catches it, it's in stride, and it's probably a touchdown. If not, it's deep into Philly territory, and the game's over. It's a great play call from Garrett. Great read by Jones. And Engram drops it. And as soon as he dropped it, I said, we're losing this game. For sure. When it was 21-16 and, we got the ball, I was like, all right, I guess we're going to try and run the ball 3 times and try and run up as much time as possible to force them to use their timeouts. And then it's like they're going to get the ball back with plenty of time. We've seen teams go down and score, touchdowns in less than a minute. So, Engram drops it. Wide open, in stride, dropped it. And I just knew at that point, this game's over. That's just so Dixon punts 41 yards to the Philly 12. Jackson tries to run with it, and he ends up going down. And then I think Ballantyne gets penalized for lowering his head to initiate contact. So another beautiful, outstanding game from Corey Ballantyne. He fucking doesn't realize that no one's in front of him as the gunner, which would have been a big score or big gain. And then he has this 15-yard penalty. But there's also a hit. I think might have been Marjorie Harper. So Harper didn't have a great game either. He had just had penalty after penalty. And he hits Jackson, and I think Jackson's probably out for 6 weeks or something like that. High ankle sprain, something like that. So Philly then So instead of having the ball at the 14, they now have the ball at like the 30. They eventually get to the 40, and Wentz throws another deep shot, 30 yards to Richard Rodgers. We get defensive holding on Logan Ryan, 3rd and goal at the 5, so that extends the drive. We then get a face mask in our favor. And then Eagles get the 1st and goal at the Giants 3. And so there was 1st and goal at the 3. There's the big face mask penalty on Kelsey. 15 yards. So now the Phillies backed up. It's 1st and goal at the Giants 18. And you figure, all right, maybe we do have a chance. There's 46 seconds left, but we have some more. We're not, it's not looking too bad. And then Wentz throws to Boston Scott for 18 yards and then go ahead touchdown. 2-point conversion fails. But I think there's like less than a minute to play. Yeah, it's probably like 40-ish seconds to play. Boston Scott, dude. Does this dude do anything against any other team except us? Does he? Curious. Does he? Fucking A, man. That's when last week when they said Miles Sanders is out, I was like, I don't care because we had to face Boston Scott. We do worse against Boston Scott than we do Miles Sanders for whatever reason. We just can't handle backups. That's it. Zach Ertz is out. Dallas Goedert's out. Richard Rodgers torches us. Like, what the it's not even backups anymore. It's like 3rd stringers are just tearing us apart. So I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. We had the ball with 40 seconds, 1st and 10 at the Giants 25. We get a pass to Ingram, who's run out of bounds at the Giants 32 for 7 yards. And there's a holding call on Hernandez. Great. And then we have the 2nd and 12 at the Giants 23, and Jones gets sacked from behind and fumbles. Covered by Brendan Curry, game over. So this is the drive summary.